Welcome to Achievers Forum with Tosin Adebola. Once again, I want to thank my viewers for being part of this broadcast every week. May the Lord bless you. Whatever you set your hand to do, the Lord will support you and grant you good success. In Jesus' name. On this edition is going to be the third part of our teachings on disappointment. Disappointment is part of life. Deal with it. Last week we said that the disappointment might come from any angle, from anywhere, from your boss to your friends, to people that you trusted, to your colleagues, and so on, and so even your parents, your children. So disappointment might come from anywhere, and as a result of this, if it's not properly handled, it may cause depression, it may cause problems, cause us sadness, cause us to feel lonely, dejected, and rejected if it's not properly handled. So last week we looked at areas. I've started highlighting areas where disappointment might come from. Number one, we talk about disappointment from those we look up to. Those we look up to be a mentor, to provide inspiration, or to do one or two things for us, or to be there for us when we need it most. And then when they are not there, or they are not doing what they are supposed to do, we feel disappointed and feel bad. So now we look at the second one, which is disappointment in those we live with. And that's where we're talking about the story of Joseph. That Joseph, his own immediate family, his nuclear family, they were the one that sold him into slavery and caused him so much pain. But at the end of the day, we discover that disappointment will always lead to God's blessings. So number three, continue from there. Disappointment in those we work with. Those we work with. To succeed in life, you need people. You need people. You cannot succeed alone. No one is an island. You cannot live life all by yourself. You need people around you. You need to work with people. If you are a boss, you need people to work under you. If you're a leader, one place or the other, you still need your people, your staffs, people maybe from great man to your secretary to your marketers and so on and so forth. So you need people to carry out one or two functions for you. So you cannot live life alone. So no one will say, I can succeed on my own. Since I've been born, I didn't need help of anybody. I'm able to do things by myself. Never seen such a man or woman before. We always work with people to achieve success or to go to greater heights. So for example, look at the life of Moses. Moses was highly disappointed in Aaron, his own very brother, and his own sister, elder sister, named Miriam, his sister. So he was disappointed in the two of them when they openly criticized him, when they openly they expose his cover, they expose his undoing unnecessarily in front of everybody. He was disappointed in them, but we know what really happened in that story. So anybody that you are working with, that you are together, might disappoint, might do something. Look at the example of Jesus we gave last week. He was working with his 12 disciples. At the end of the day, they disappointed him when he needed them most. So, and also look at when Moses went to the temple, went to the mountain, and before he came back, Aaron, who's supposed to deputize for him, who's supposed to lead the people in the way of the Lord, has gone astray, has done something else, has gone his own way, giving the people an idol, making an idol for the people to worship, a brazen idol, a brazen calf, a golden calf, made it for them. And then when Moses came, he was disappointed in his own very brother that he trusted with the leadership of the people. Why he went onto the mountain of the Lord. So disappointment in those we work with. So number four, let's look at number four. Disappointment in those you have poured your life into, or those you have invested everything into. Yeah. This sometimes comes. It happens often that people that you have labored on, you have spent your own life, you have pour your life into them, you have done everything to make them comfortable or to make them reach the height they have reached. At the end of the day, they will not look at you at once. They will not even want to see you at all. Not to talk of hearing your names. You are expecting them to, at least one way or the other, to repay the favor. Or maybe when you are now in need of something, you now go to them for help. And they said no. And they rebuff you. They didn't allow that help to come forth. You feel disappointed. For example, look at Moses. Moses invested so much time, resources, and energy on the Israelites. I come again. Moses invested so much time, resources, and energy on the Israelites. He was hot, rebelled against. They questioned his authority at a time to lead them. And as a result of that, it's because of the Israelites that Moses did not enter the promised land. Look at it from afar. With everything he has done, he was disappointed because of the people's behavior. So that's number 4. You might be disappointed in those you have poured your life into, on those you have invested in heavily. So let's look at number 5, and that's where we're going to stop today. Disappointment in ourselves. Disappointment in ourselves. Disappointment in ourselves. This type of disappointment is the most dangerous. It happens when goals you set for yourself are not being met, when you find it hard to forgive others or forgive yourself, when you refuse to let go of any hurt. It can lead to depression, which may lead to suicide if not properly handled. For example, Peter has sworn an allegiance, an undying love for Jesus, but he gave in under intense pressure. He gave in under intense. He was disappointed in himself. Oh, he denied Jesus. He denied him. And then we look at the life. But Peter later recovered. But look at the life of Judas. Judas also was disappointed in himself, but he gave in under pressure, just like Peter, but never recovers from his actions. He never recovers from his actions. So, children of God, my viewers, note this, that the disappointment might come from any angle. And when it comes, you need the grace, you need the help of God, you need the power of God, you need to calm down. Next week, we'll be looking at things to note by His grace, so that we know how can we handle disappointment, so that it will not take the most of our lives. Thank you for joining me on this edition of Achievers Forum. I pray for you. Doors that has been closed, every good doors that has been closed will be opened unto you, and yours shall be a testimony in this new week. Go in peace.